I hadn't expected her words to hit me like that. She chuckled softly, the kind of laugh that should have been light, harmless, momentary. Marriage with him? It's awful, she said, teasing, her eyes glinting with playful mischief. My stomach sank a little, not because it wasn't funny, but because there was an edge there I hadn't noticed before. Then her younger sister, leaning in slightly, added with a grin that was sharp just beneath the surface, "You could give him a try." It sounded like a playful jab, but hidden inside was something far more pointed. The room shifted instantly. Heavy, tense, electric. I could feel it. Suddenly, the table seemed smaller, the space around us tighter. The laughter felt hollow. I stayed silent, sipping my drink as if nothing was happening, but my mind was racing. Every word, every glance, every tiny inflection carried meaning, and I was suddenly decoding messages I hadn't expected to receive. Yes, her words were a joke, but underneath, there was something sharper, carefully concealed, waiting for me to see it. I watched my wife, Hannah, noticing her smile falter ever so slightly at the edges. Not a full crack, just enough to hint at the nervous energy she was masking. Then it hit me. The danger wasn't the joke itself. It was what it implied. The way her sister had casually inserted herself into my life, my marriage, my loyalty, as if she had permission. I shifted in my seat, letting silence stretch just long enough for her to feel it. The chatter around us continued, ordinary and indifferent. But I was focused, aware of the subtle threads. Her younger sister, Emily, leaned back, satisfied, thinking it was all in fun. But I wasn't reacting the way they expected. I wasn't laughing. I wasn't defensive. I was observing, and noticing changes everything. Before we continue, I'd love to know, where are you watching from? Drop it in the comments. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of the upcoming stories and updates here on the channel. I let the words hang, showing Hannah I understood more than she intended. That small smile she tried to hide? It faltered. Emily's confident teasing dimmed ever so slightly. I took a slow breath, calm and steady. "Is that what you really think?" I asked softly, letting my voice carry in the quiet between us. The tone wasn't angry, it wasn't accusatory, but it held a weight, a quiet certainty she hadn't been ready to face tonight. Her eyes flicked up at me, a flash of hesitation, as if she was gauging how much I had noticed. She opened her mouth, then closed it again, caught between a laugh and an explanation she couldn't give. Emily tilted her head, curiosity mixed with mischief, sensing the shift. "You know," I said slowly, letting the words roll across the table, "words can reveal more than actions sometimes. And I've been listening." Hannah's hand twitched slightly against the edge of the table. That tiny motion said more than any sentence ever could. I leaned back, calm in contrast to the tension building in both of them. The subtle pressure was intentional, a quiet signal. Her joke, her teasing, had landed exactly where it shouldn't have. Hannah laughed nervously, short and clipped, but unease lingered beneath it. "It was just a joke," she said quickly, though the words lacked conviction. I raised an eyebrow, letting silence stretch heavy and deliberate. I didn't need her explanation. I didn't need justification. I just needed acknowledgement that I had seen. Emily's grin faltered, a brief shadow crossing her expression. What she had intended as harmless fun now carried unexpected weight. "Funny, isn't it?" I murmured. How something meant to be playful can reveal exactly what people are trying to hide. I let the words linger, showing that surprise had been replaced by quiet observation. Hannah's gaze dropped to her cup, a subtle acknowledgement that I had seen through the pretense. The room felt smaller, the air thicker. Every movement carried weight. The small joke had exposed fissures, hidden intentions. There was no undoing the awareness now. And in that charged quiet, I realized something important. This wasn't about anger. It wasn't about confrontation. It was about clarity. Seeing what had always been there and letting the truth settle. Hannah's shoulders slumped slightly, a quiet surrender, not of defeat, but of recognition. She met my eyes, weary and searching, silently asking if I truly understood what had been hidden behind the teasing. I didn't rush her. I didn't need to. The room had changed. "You can pretend it's just a joke," I said calmly. "Or you can acknowledge that words, even playful ones, carry weight. That small things reveal what people really think when they believe no one's paying close attention." She hesitated. Emily shifted, realizing the playful power she'd assumed had vanished, leaving only the truth exposed. The laughter was gone. The room was heavy, deliberate, unavoidable. "I've noticed," I continued softly, leaning slightly forward. "Everything hidden in the small gestures, the casual remarks, the jokes meant to distract. I've seen it all. Now it's up to you how we move forward." Hannah's eyes flickered down to her hands, tightly clasped, betraying subtle guilt. Her words had tried to disguise intent, but quiet observation stripped it bare. I straightened, voice steady, measured. "You have a choice," I said, "to continue with honesty or with pretense. I'm done pretending small actions don't matter. The time for clarity is now." Emily nodded slightly, a silent concession. The playful interference no longer held power. The dynamics had shifted. Truth and awareness ruled now. Hannah finally looked up, eyes meeting mine fully. No more hiding, no more deflection. The teasing had been seen, understood, and now the path forward was clear. Every gesture considered, every intention revealed. In that charged, quiet moment, I felt resolve. Hidden truths had surfaced, and the air cleared. The joke was no longer just a joke. It had become a revelation. And that revelation changed everything.